Hello everybody, how are you doing? My name is Ulrich and I am your identity coach, here to empower you to become the best version of yourself. Let's go!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, let's go. So, how are you doing? Seriously, how are you doing? How are you doing? I mean, I know it's a lot happening right now, right? I'm confined in my house right now, and it's like, okay, so what do? So we make videos, right? Why not? Because it cares somebody else. Okay, But okay, the question that I have for you is right now is, how are you doing? Really, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you dealing with this thing right now? How are you handling all these emotions that are maybe going through you right now? Maybe there are no emotions going through you. Maybe you're like, oh man, this is nothing. You know, it's okay. Hey, I'm free. I'm at home and everything that. But maybe, just maybe you are going through right now and it feels like overwhelming. It feels like it's too much. It feels like, all you see is, let's take a color, red. All you see is red, and you're like, oh my goodness, how do I deal with this, right? Look, maybe this is how you feel. Let me give you an example, right? All right, so the question is simple. What do you see right here? Now, many of you are gonna say a red dot. Some of you, I hope so, I really hope so, some of you will say everything else around the red dot, right? And that's exactly how it is. When we look around it, even if I back up a little bit, you see that so much more than the red dot. But we find ourselves looking at the red dot, looking at the red dot, looking at the... Right? A lot of times we are so, I use that word a lot, focused. We are so focused on one thing that everything else becomes small. Look, if you are only looking at this red dot that I just showed you just now, you won't see that everything around it is bigger than that. You won't realize that everything around that red dot is bigger than what you're going through right now. It's much bigger. So that means actually, in every situation, even how bad it may look like, there is something good to look at also in the situation. You might just have to step out of that situation and look around you. Now, how can you deal with this thing? First of all, change your focus. Find out what can give you life. What makes you smile? What makes you happy? What makes you move? What makes you do greater things? Look, like for example, I'm a teacher. These 2 days I haven't been really online, just a little bit, because I've been setting up things for the kids. Of course, we are gonna start teaching them online and all these things. But because I'm so focused doing that, what happened is I had no time to think about the coronavirus. Yes, all these things that I'm doing is because of coronavirus, but through all of that, I've been learning so much that it's like mind-blowing. I was like, wow, even in this bad situation right here, I'm learning something new. In this bad situation right here, I'm expanding my mind right now. In this bad situation right here, I'm having fun. And it's like, how can you say that? Because I had somebody that died, or maybe I had somebody that is sick right now, or maybe I'm sick right now. You might be thinking right now. But still, even in that situation, I know it doesn't feel good. I know it doesn't look good. I know it's like pandemic, like they call it. It's some pandemic. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. That's going on right now. But in all of those things, if you focus only on what's not going good, where do you get your strength, right? Where do you get the support that you need? Because man, we are human beings and we move on emotions. We have these feelings that are so great. It's a blessing from God that we have all these emotions. But if we let these emotions rule over our lives, if we let these emotions run wild, how can we deal with the things that are coming against us? And things will come against us. Life is like that. Life will have things happen to you that you feel like, man, I don't know how to deal with this. But if you focus only on that small red dot, the small red dot is still red. It's still hard. It's still difficult. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying this thing right here. If you only focus on that, where do you get your strength? So realize that that red dot is smaller than everything else around it. So look around you right now. What can you do to cope with those emotions? What can you do to cope with those situations? What can you do to still keep the sanity? To still keep the sanity. So as I'm saying this right now, I'm setting up a challenge right now in this season right now, the Keep the Sanity Challenge. How can you manage all of these things and still keep thinking right? Still keep believing in possibilities, still looking at the opposition and seeing it as an opportunity instead of an opposition. How can you do that in this difficult situation right now? Coronavirus is real. People are dying. That's real. Things are happening around you. That's real. There's no turnaround from that. But how you deal with it, I keep saying this, how you deal with it is very important. Look, I'm a faith kind of person. I walk by faith and not by sight. Yes, but still, I believe that how you look at things and how you perceive these things will define how you will be able to deal with the things in life. I'm a faith walker. I believe and I walk by faith. I trust that I can do greater things that I'm doing right now. I look around me and it's not like I want it to be, but I believe that I can do so much greater. That's my belief. Still, I have these two pair of eyes and I hear things happening. I hear the news, people talking around me. My goodness, all these things happening. I see all these things too. And that's why I say, even though I'm a faith walker, what I see and how I perceive it still matters. That's why work on your perception of the things that you're looking on right now and find the thing that keeps you sane. So I'm gonna come back this week. I'm gonna come back like I'm home. You're home. Let's go. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come with a Keep Your Sanity challenge. And it's a challenge that's gonna help you deal with all of these things. Some things that I will give you to help us deal with this situation. Some of us just have to survive right now, so later we can thrive. Some of us are already thriving. Some of us are losing the battle right now. But I want to encourage you right now to just keep the sanity. Do not look at that red dot and focus on it. Step out of that situation. Step out of that red dot. With your perception, again, with your perception, and find your strength so you can deal with this situation. You are stronger than you are. And you are more powerful than you are. And there's a God right there that loves you and already gave you all that you needed to deal with this situation right here. So don't give up, don't quit, and let's go. Huh? Yeah.